Welcome back to another episode of The Canon. I'm your host Terry, and today we're doing another Oscar nomination breakdown, starting with category Best Director. Let's start out with Christopher Nolan, nominated for Dunkirk. This was a nomination that surprised me a little. I definitely think it's deserved, but I guess I was a little shocked by how much love Dunkirk got coming into Oscar season. I thought Dunkirk came out a little too early and also was a little bit too non-traditional for the Oscars, but I guess they really appreciated what Nolan did and the different type of direction he took this movie, making it that claustrophobic experience more so than a narrative or character-driven piece. So pleasantly surprised, definitely, but I think Nolan should be on this list because I get the people complain there's, no character development or storyline, whatever. And so that makes it even more impressive looking at what he had to do and the meticulous details they had to do to make this a movie. So as far as his chances of winning, I think you got slim chances. I think they really want it. And the Oscar does this. The Oscar nominates people as kind of well, I don't know the word, but when they miss you the first time, they want to get you the next time. So kind of a makeup call, I guess. So I think Nolan definitely got on the list because the Oscars wanted him to start getting recognition, but I don't think this is his year to win. Then we got Jordan Peele for Get Out. Talked about Get Out a lot. But I've come to the conclusion with this, as far as this nomination, that if you're going to nominate Greta Gerwig, who I'll talk about in a second, and praise her for being a first-time director, then you got to give Jordan Peele that love too, because he's a first-time director and writer, and so he did all of that. And even though he's a current actor and whatnot, that's nothing that anybody expected of him, at least, any people that didn't know him. And so for him to come out and then deliver this strong of a movie, which a movie that I like, I'm not in love like other people, but I'm extremely impressed if we want to just look at the lens of a first-time director. Again, one I definitely didn't expect at all, but pleasantly surprised. And as far as his chances, definitely think he has a slim chance. I do think this was more so of a political move, as we talked about before, but at the same time, happy he's here, and I do think he's got a slim chance of winning. Then we got Greta Gerwig for Lady Bird. I've talked many times, I'm not a fan of Lady Bird, but we did talk about the first time directing thing and the actor going to director. Now, I don't know who she is. She hasn't had any big parts, and she's not somebody, that's a household name, but she is an actress, and she's known, and she went to behind the camera. And Hollywood has that thing for other Hollywood people. They people, as big as LA is, it's kind of a small community, and so a lot of her peers are really giving her accolades for going behind the camera. And again, the movie is just solid to me, but I could understand if we're looking at that lens, that's why they got the nomination. And even still, I think she has a dark horse chance to win, only because Hollywood's really promoting Lady Bird and they're really pushing it. Again, I don't think she did. The movie itself, I don't think did anything, and as a direction, I definitely don't think there was anything spectacular about it, but that is what it is. Then we got Paul Thomas Anderson for Phantom Thread. I was shocked by this one, to be honest. As much as I really love Phantom Thread, I know the performances were the key driver, and I do think cinematography-wise and a lot of ways they chose to shoot the movie and some of the things they did were pretty cool. I did not ever think they were going to nominate him for it, but P.T. Anderson is one of those Hollywood darlings, and if you're going to put him up there, then I definitely, or if you're going to put his movie up there for Best Picture, I think it's a no-brainer they we're going to nominate him. But again, overall, Phantom Thread's gotten more love than anybody expected them to. I think he has a slim chance of winning. I think that's one of their guys. They want to put his name up there, but I don't think he's going to win. Then you got Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water. No brainer. People love this movie. And even though I think it's a so-so story, the direction and the camera work and all that is pretty good. I mean, it's pretty great. And it's definitely got its own flair about it. So as much as people love this movie, you would have to say Del Toro's the odds-on favorite to win this one. And really looking at the list again, it's not too many people competing with him. I don't know. I thought for sure they were going to put Steven Spielberg in here, and I'm glad they didn't. But yeah, it's not too much competition going on. But looking at the whole list and talking about some replacements, number one, I definitely want Denis Villeneuve on here for Blade Runner 2049. I mean, that movie has so many great things about it, but number one is the direction and just the whole scope of what you would have to do as a director to put that movie together is pretty impressive. And that also goes to the story too. But I think he should be in there. And if I had to pick one to replace him, you pick your choice between Jordan Peele and Greta Gerwig. For me, it would probably be Greta Gerwig. I'd take her out. But honestly, I would take both of them out so I could have a space for Denis. And then I would also put in Martin McDonagh for 3 Billboards. The fact that he's not in there is just, it's crazy to me. I think they're tipping their hats on how some of these awards might go, but for Billboards to get all these nominations and Best Picture nomination and writing, and for them not to have him as Best Director when he's got 3 people in the movie nominated for awards for the acting, makes no sense to me. And again, that's why I'm like, Guillermo doesn't have any competition. It should be Martin McDonagh competing against him. So easily for me, I take Peele and Gerwig out, put Villeneuve and Martin McDonagh in there. All right, so go to the comments section. I want to hear what you guys think. Who do you think is going to win? Who would you replace and put in there? Go to the comment section. Let me know. Thumbs up, subscribe, and if you heard it, it's official canon.